Hello, we are live with leadership with ACPA President Vernon and ACPA21 Convention Chair Bernie Liang. Today, we're going to share with you updates about the ACPA21 Convention and how ACPA21 will be an experience that is refreshing, revitalizing, real, and now reimagined as a virtual experience. As you can tell, we're really excited to connect with you today. My name is Angela Hoffman-Cooper, and I use she and her pronouns. I'm the Director of Professional Development in the International Office with ACPA, College Student Educators International. We would like to begin with our ACPA land acknowledgement. ACPA, College Student Educators International, is the leading comprehensive student affairs association that advances higher education and engages students for a lifetime of learning and discovery. Although serving an international audience, our membership is primarily from the United States, and our offices are headquartered in Washington, D.C. at the National Center for Higher Education. Related to our mission of supporting and fostering learning through the generation and sharing of knowledge, ACPA acknowledges the painful history of genocide in the United States for Native, Aboriginal, and Indigenous peoples. We honor and respect the many and diverse tribal nations and peoples who were forcefully removed from, as well as those still connected to, this land. We particularly acknowledge and recognize that the land upon which our international headquarters is located today has long served as a site of meeting and exchange amongst a number of Indigenous people, including the Akahonik, Pocomoke, Piscataway, Anacostank, Mattapinnant, Nangamuk, Pamunkey, Towihent, Nanticoke, Chickahominy, Monacoon, Mattapani, Nansemond, Rappahannock, Anistohini Unami, and Assateague tribal nations as the original occupants of the Washington, D.C. region. ACPA strongly advocates for higher education, student affairs professionals to honor the land, the original tribal occupants, and the history of the place where you are located. Further, we have a responsibility to continually self-educate, reflect, and listen to the histories and people in our areas. Including tribal land acknowledgements in practice and understanding and acknowledging history is not only respectful and educational, is the justice-oriented advocacy necessary for continuing the work of dismantling the devastating effects of settler colonialism in our society. And of course, holding this in importance as we're discussing gathering virtually and thinking about the land and spaces that each of us are going to be joining the annual convention from, and of course, honoring and celebrating Indigenous Peoples Day on Monday, and of course, every day of the year. We're really excited to have you here with us. We do want to share that this session is being recorded and captioned live. In addition, embedded captioning will be available within 24 hours as a video on our Facebook page. If you have questions, please make a comment on this post and we will address those as we go or at the end. We'd love to connect with you and answer your questions about the annual convention. Thanks again for joining, and I'd like to turn it over to ACPA21 Convention Chair, Bernie Liang, and ACPA President, Vernon to introduce themselves.
Hey everybody, Vernon he, him, his pronouns. So excited to be here with my very good friend and colleague, Bernie, who is our convention chair.
I know it's very dangerous that they put us together on this.
It's really dangerous.
Hi everyone, Bernie Liang. I use he, him pronouns, and I am honored, continue to be honored to be the ACPA21 Convention Chair. And just want to note that I'm coming to you from Salish land, the original homelands of the Duwamish people, which I learn about all over the place here in Seattle. So thanks so much for joining us today. So we want to talk to you a little bit about convention. And, you know, Vernon and I have been in lots of conversations about convention, so we're excited to be here with you. And feel free to, chat us, and if you have any questions, we're happy to answer them for you in the chat or later if you're watching this later. So first, we want to bring up that priority registration is coming up, and it is $55, which is awesome. I think it's really an awesome price. It's $25 for student members. So we hope that you can take advantage of that because it's ending very soon on Halloween, actually, October 31st. And so if you have the opportunity to register now, you'll get the best price that we can offer for a convention. And we really do want it to be accessible as possible all around, whether that is financial and also in terms of captioning and all that stuff. It's really something that we've worked hard to kind of centralize in the experience, and continue to do that. You know, we've heard through the years that accessibility, financial accessibility, all of that has been so important and in the minds of people. And this gives us such a great opportunity, I think, to really kind of practice that as an ACPA convention team. So we're really excited about that price, and we hope that you can take advantage of it because it really is, I want to say, like the lowest I've ever seen in my 20 years of being involved with ACPA. How about you, Vernon?
Well, I'm sorry, but $55, that's 2 lattes at Starbucks. I mean, come on, people, pay the $55. Come on. I mean, come on. I mean, and of course, by October 31st, we'd love to have you. We want it to be, as Bernie said, accessible to folks. And keep in mind too, that when you do register, you're given a couple of options. You can either pay it forward if you'd like to donate to someone else who may not be able to afford to pay the registration. You can also support the International Office. There are different ways in which you're able to be involved in assisting others in attending or experiencing the convention. We also want to mention too that what's really been exciting, I believe, is the option for group registration this year. I know that last week we had our presidential symposium, and what a great experience. If you haven't had a chance to review the recording, please do, because it was pretty tremendous. And what was so cool was that there were a lot of graduate programs and divisions and departments who bought group registrations, and were telling us that they were so excited that they had that option. So for campuses, think about doing a department or division registration, because it will definitely be cheaper than paying for everybody individually. And also too, it's great for graduate programs. So definitely keep that in mind as you think about registration.
Yeah, for sure. Because we have announced our keynote speakers, which I don't know about you, I'm so excited about these folks, Sean Harper and Janet Mock, the Janet Mock,
Right.
the Sean Harper. And what better way to kind of centralize the strategic imperative of ACPA, the way that ACPA is changing the field of higher education, than to really put these folks in places where we can hear them, we can learn from them, we can challenge ourselves, really interrogate what this means, like what this time means as we're sitting in COVID-19 and social uprising and all of this stuff. We're so grateful for these two folks, and we're I don't know, I'm just super excited about this. We had to hold our tongues on this a little bit, and that was one of the hardest. Yeah, it was so hard. And so we're excited about folks. We're still working on some other folks as well. We're excited about those folks as well, holding our tongue on that. But we are super excited about our keynotes. We think that they're really going to make this experience stand out. So I don't know if folks have heard Sean Harper and Janet Mock talk before, but they're going to bring us there. So
yeah, I mean, Sean continues to be a leader in our field and in higher education, and he was just on Dr. Phil last week, I think, or 2 weeks ago, talking about racial injustice and just the work that he's doing, really with campuses around the world. Janet Mock, of course, has just always been a beacon when it comes to social justice and equity. And I think it's interesting that now people know her name because of Pose, as we celebrate gender nonconforming and trans folks. But Janet Mock has been around, and I can't wait to hear her talk about just some of the history around her journey. So that's going to be pretty exciting, I think.
Yeah, her background is just incredible. So, so folks probably have lots of questions about the structure, and we're still working on those pieces, but I can tell you that really some of the things that we're thinking about with convention is trying to avoid this idea of Zoom fatigue. So not just being on all the time. If you've been to convention before, you know, or any conference, you know that it can be relentless. It's just ongoing. And we know that folks can't really sustain that on Zoom. I know that I can't. So we really want to shorten the amount of time that you would have to be in sessions, but also continue to have opportunities to connect with people, to network, to learn more from presenters, to do all of the things that you would normally do at a convention without it stressing you out. We are really conscious of time zones. We know that we are an international organization. We want to keep that that consciousness of that, and so we know that we're not going to be able to provide something that is just, you know, accessible to everyone. But we do want it in terms of time zones. But we do want folks to be able to, you know, tune in as much as possible and be together as much as possible. So we are working on finalizing our platform, which then will really drive the rest of everything that we're doing. And we also are focusing on wellness, holistic wellness for us as practitioners, as faculty, as educators, so that we can also take care of ourselves. Obviously, these times are really, really taxing for us. And usually when we come together at convention, it is a time for us to refill. And so we have that in our mind too. We really want it to be a place where you can feel connected in ways through virtually, and also feel like you've learned something, that you've really taken the time to kind of educate yourself, develop yourself. So it's a lot. It's a lot to ask for, but we as a convention team, we've really been working hard to make sure that we centralize your experience as folks who would be coming to convention. So,
yeah, our goal is to make sure that when you join us for the virtual experience, you're going to go, wow, now that's the way you do a virtual experience. That's our goal. And Bernie and his team have been tremendous. I can't say enough about the convention steering team and the convention planning team in terms of just the ways in which we've engaged this conversation. It's not been about, typically when people start off talking about moving to a virtual platform, they typically say, we are so sorry that we can't be together. We're going to then, I guess, do this virtual thing. That's not the way we're talking about it. We're basically beginning with saying, this will be a virtual experience that ACPA is providing for the higher education community that you will never forget. And so we want you to join us. We know that because of what Bernie mentioned in terms of Zoom fatigue and the amount of things that we can offer, we really aren't able to offer as many program sessions as we have in the past. There's just no way. So we have limited it to only 100 educational sessions. The good thing about that is they're all going to be recorded. So it's almost like an on-demand piece where if you pay your $55, you will have access to all of those because they're not all going to be real time. They're all going to be recorded. And so now the presenters may be able to be present when their presentation is being broadcast, to be in the chat box to answer questions, but we're still working on all of that. But know though that this experience is one that we're pretty excited about. And know that, you know, we're going to be reviewing proposals now. Those of you who have submitted program proposals, thank you so much. Around November 13th, you'll hear information about programs that were selected. Along with that, 2 of the presidential spotlight programs. What that is I decided that before we knew what our platforms were going to be, you know, when we thought we may be in person, we didn't know, you know, but I did have an idea that I wanted to make sure that we focused on emerging scholars and critical thinkers that you wanted to hear from. And so we asked you, and you nominated people, and then we have a committee of folks headed by Dr. Michael Brumby, who is amazing, who basically have narrowed down that group, and we will be offering some topical programs that you've asked for. So we're excited about that. So that's all in there. We're going to be very intentional about making sure that it's a breadth of knowledge around the critical pieces that are who we are in terms of our identities, all of the things around topics that we need to be talking about. The program team is going to really be focusing on making sure it's a balanced 100 as much as we possibly can. And knowing that before and after the convention too, there's opportunities for ACPA to go also to our additional programming experiences that have been very well attended. So know that it's all in sort of this, what I call PD 365, because it is about professional development now, because we need it more than ever. Now more than ever, we want to give it to you as much as often as we can, and as accessible as we can.
Yeah. I just want to do a shout out to everyone who's on the convention planning team, convention steering team. As Vernon said, these folks are working really, really hard. There are a lot of us. It's not just me. It's not just Vernon. There are a lot of us working to try to make this great. And I really appreciate all of those perspectives, because we have a wide range of folks from lots of different backgrounds, lots of different places, that really help us provide so many different perspectives that we can take into account, especially in this virtual environment. So shout out to you all. Thank you all for doing the work that you do. And you're all volunteers. So you're doing this because you love ACPA, because you love the convention experience, and you want the convention experience to be great for everybody else. And that alone is just, that's why it continues to be so humbling to be in this role as convention chair. So just want to remind folks, as Angela said earlier, that we are sticking to what we talked about initially, right? When we originally started talking about convention, in person, possible hybrid, possible virtual, we always said the same thing: refreshing, revitalizing, real. That's what we wanted. And now, of course, reinvented, because we had to. And what better thing to do for us in higher education is to kind of fast forward ourselves to say, how can we do this differently? How can we do this in a way that continues that connection with folks, but also brings you a truly ACPA experience? And we continue to ask those questions, and we continue to ask for your support in that. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear what you have to say, the feedback that you have. Feel free to reach out to us. We're happy to hear anything that you would like to tell us, because we can do stuff about it. Yeah.
As you know, one of the things I'm thinking about as we're looking toward March, I know that for me, ACPA is home and ACPA is community. And I think that there's some feeling that that will be lost in this virtual experience. And I don't believe that. I really believe that it will be a space of healing, of restoring faith in us as a higher education community. I do see this as a time of reckoning, a time of we've all been through a lot. And so we invite you to come and be a part of this experience with us in community, in solidarity, around hope, around vision. That's what we want. And we know it can happen, because when ACPA members get together, that's what happens. And so whether it be virtually or in person, we will be a community that will come together and support each other and virtually hug each other and really, truly leave refreshed and revitalized and real. Thank you all so much. Thanks, Bernie.
Thank you. Yes, thank you, Vernon. Thank you, Bernie, for sharing those great updates with us and giving us a better sense of what we can expect, and also all the great updates to come, because it definitely sounds like there is more information to come in the future. Thank you again to everyone who did join us live. And then for those of you that will be reviewing the recording later, again, the session is recorded and captions will be embedded within 24 hours. We invite you to join for upcoming ACPA professional development events, of course, including our ACPA21 virtual experience taking place the 1st through 17th of March. And as Bernie and Vernon certainly emphasized, registration is open with priority rates available until October 31st. So we hope you'll make plans to join us. Thank you again for joining, and wishing you all the best as we continue to navigate this time together. Certainly love that notion of virtual hugs, so sending that to all of you.